Hey, backseaters, welcome back to Live on Patrol Friday Night Early Edition. And you're looking at a split screen there with Patrick Scott and Undersheriff Mike Martin. And we're gonna go to Patrick here in a minute, just full screen on his. But before we do that, we're just gonna do a little voiceover hosting. With me here is Jelly Joe. Jelly Joe and we're just experimenting with the ability to host. So Jelly Joe, what do you got to say, big guy?
Hello, backseaters. Greetings.
It's a beautiful Friday night in Minnesota. And there's a lot going on, as you know, and Mike and Pat going to be able to brief you on everything going on. I'm looking at the CAD trail here. There's, domestic over on the east side, disorderly conduct over there in at the Great Moon Buffet up there at Maplewood Mall. What else we got here? We got another domestic over on the east side on Stillwater. Another disorderly conduct up there in Arlington. Another domestic on Ohio. I mean, a lot of times we don't get to tell you everything that's going on, but a theft out there at 1300 University. And, of course, a couple traffic stops, disorderly conduct. Burglary, 1700 block of Thomas. Hey, did you see those stats, by the way, Joe, about how the auto thefts are down?
I did. Yes, I did. And Minneapolis increased and St. Paul decreased.
34% decrease. And that's what happens when you go after repeat offenders and you're able to put them in jail. If the courts would help us hold them a little longer, we'd probably have a 50% decrease.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how's your day been, Joe, so far?
Not bad. Yeah, pretty good. Aside from crime, though, we have Hockey Day Minnesota coming up tomorrow. It's up in Hockeytown, USA, in War Road, Minnesota. Lots of action and hockey. I'm a hockey guy, so that's a pretty fun, exciting time of the year.
Yeah, last year it was in White Bear Township, right down here. Hill Murray was playing White Bear, weren't they?
That's correct.
That was a great game. I think it went into overtime or something.
It did. I think Hill Murray got the better end of the deal and ended up winning the game.
The Winter Carnival started, the treasure hunt. By the way, there's 5 clues out in the Pioneer Press. We might pop back with those clues on a little bit later here in the midst of this broadcast. But the Winter Carnival Parade, the Grand Day Parade this weekend, then the Torchlight next weekend. And then the week after that, we're into the Super Bowl. Yeah. So we're going to send you over to Pat, and hopefully this new concept of being able to. We're not 100% certain any of this is going to work, but we're going to send you the concept of being able to. We're not 100% certain any of this is going to work, but we're going to send you the concept of being able to. We're not 100% certain any of this is going to work, but.
Well, welcome back, Cedars.
Yeah, they go towards the mail.
It is January 26th, 2024, here in Ramsey County, Minnesota. Specifically, we are in St. Paul right now, the capital city of Minnesota. And it is a balmy 39 degrees. I'm about to turn north onto Payne Avenue from Tedesco Street. I'm not sure of everything that Sheriff Fletcher went into. But sad day in the metro today, a triple murder in Coon Rapids with 2 men and a woman murdered. Proving once again that monsters are indeed real.
Metro 56. You can get a good initial going westbound Beelock. 1926.
Trying to catch that what that call was on that reckless driving. We don't have the state patrol on our computers, so we're unable to see details on the calls they get. If we don't catch it when they broadcast it, we often don't hear all of the details. With the weather as nice as it is, I would normally expect a pretty busy Friday night, but Fridays when we go live don't seem to be particularly busy anymore. I guess it doesn't come across. So the sheriff is tied up on other matters tonight, and so you have myself and Undersheriff Mike Martin tonight.
Spot 307 or Spot 308.
Please, if you haven't already, share this live broadcast. We like to share our message of kindness and display the humanity of police officers. And so The further we can get that message out, the better. So please do share this. I've never seen the point in trying to hurry up and get past a transit bus before they pull out from the curb. If I see that they're just picking up one passenger or just letting off a passenger or two, I'll just wait. You know, they signal before they pull out. And if you pass them then, you're breaking the law. But no point in being so much of a hurry that you have to hurry up and pass a bus. So we recently had a vehicle stolen up in White Bear, last seen southbound on Highway 61. It's a 2013 Volkswagen Passat, gray in color. Now, Passat is a sedan. Plate on it is JVP 783. We're also looking for a 2023 Honda Passport SUV, gray in color, that was seen in the Roseville area. Plate on that is KHG 298, King Henry George 298. So if you see those, please call 911. I think we're just going to go ahead and follow this bus east on Maryland here from Payne.
Three 7 code 41 in custody. Yeah, the code for us, one in custody, 1931.
Looking for what that call is here on the east side where they just took one in custody. It was a domestic in the 1100 block of Kennard. Where the suspect was threatening to kill the female caller. She wisely did not let him know she was calling the police, and they were able to get there and take him into custody before he could flee the scene. So I often work in the daytime and then come back for this at night. Sometimes I just do this at night and take a nap beforehand. Today I actually started at 4 o'clock. And we are going to, our hope is to go until midnight. We'll play that by ear. But the last several weeks, it's very busy right before we start at 9/11. And then when we start at 9/11, all the activity drops off. So we're hoping to be out here for some activity out the streets. Let you see what's happening here in the beautiful city of St. Paul. If you haven't checked it out on the Live on Patrol page, make sure you check out the numbers on the dramatic decrease in auto thefts in 2023. And the dramatic, that's in Ramsey County. And in Minneapolis, particularly Minneapolis, the dramatic increase in auto thefts. Proving once again that holding offenders accountable, arresting offenders, is an effective strategy to reduce and prevent crimes. I inwardly laugh when I see people make comments like police can't and don't prevent crime. That's most certainly not the case. Picked up a new pair of glasses this week that are supposed to have these digital high definition low distortion lenses. This is my first time trying them out night driving, and so far so good.
Spotted audible.
Flight 3 is code 4 here in the mailbox.
Copy. Code 4, 1335.
There's several members of the CAT team. There's several members of the CAT team out and about tonight looking for stolen cars.
371 Kingston.
And before I see the question come up, CAT stands for carjacking and auto theft. Carjacking auto theft. And it is a dedicated unit of deputies who make quite a team. Some different personalities, some different strategies, some different techniques, but all with the same goal of recovering stolen autos and catching auto thieves.
I don't have Oakdale pulled up right now. What was the vehicle that was just stolen?
Oh, hang on.
White Nissan Altima stolen from the area, 6789 First Street North. Doesn't sound like that's the registered owner's address, and a partial plate of King Zebra. Unknown direction to travel. They saw a male get into it. Drive on.
Copy. I'm in the area of 94 and Century. I'll just keep an eye out for it.
White. Wrong channel.
Wrong channel.
Copy.
White Nissan Altima,
260.
plate starting with King Zebra, just stolen in Oakdale.
Clear report. Marks to 281, and I can take it for 911.
Copy. Area check. Carol, the mission.
Copy that.
I heard a Washco squad say they were going to sit at 94 and Century. I think I'll swing down to White Bear and Minnehaha maybe and head east. So yeah, white Nissan Altima, the letters being KZ, as in King Zebra, was just stolen. Apparently the owner left it running in Oakdale. I'm not sure what part of Oakdale it was stolen from. But that is definitely
375 comes in at 11 a.m. Area 7.
keep one to keep a lookout for.
1938.
That was a Honda. It was a KZ or KHZ, but it was a Honda. Well, thank you for the congratulations. I am indeed 5 days away from being 1 year tobacco free.
Arrived 467. 1999. I swear,
About every third plate I'm seeing starts with a K. If somebody stole a pink 1960 Cadillac right now, I'd probably see 5 of them tonight. It's just the way it goes.
Okay.
So we are eastbound on Minnehaha at Ruth.
What's 308? 308. Can you send me the case number to investigate using a 722 pain? And I'll go for that. 78242.
Now up here on the left is the 5-8 Tavern and Grill. I ate there the other night with some friends of mine. In fact, it was last Saturday. And had some really good food. They have sunfish, fried breaded sunfish fillets on the menu, which I got. And they also have what they call onion straws, which are real thinly cut onions breaded and fried, like real thin onion rings. They're very similar to those canned onions that people put on green bean casseroles, but these are real onions. I've decided, and it's a huge order. The next time I'm going to make a green bean casserole, which is something, if I do say so myself, I do rather well. I'm going to order a big basket of those onion straws and use those instead of those canned onions. And I think I will be having a killer green bean casserole. Now up ahead here at the light is Century Avenue, and it's I believe it's called Geneva when you get up when you're on the Oakdale side. But Century here is the border between Maplewood and Oakdale, and between Ramsey County and Washington County. Why is so many people driving with their bright lights on these days? I just don't know.
Three 375. GOA, consider speed, domestic on English. Gotta be reasonable like a welfare check. 458 English Street,
likely going to be apartment 3 based on previous history. Caller wanted to check on her daughter, so that she got a call from her daughter saying that her boyfriend was refusing to let her leave. She has since stated that she spoke with the daughter and requested to cancel, that the boyfriend was on her own team, but it's going as a domestic.
I am scanning multiple channels. I've got my main radio on the St. Paul Eastern District, which is their channel 3, monitoring our intelligence channel, and then I'm scanning about 8 other channels: Washington County North and South, State Patrol East and West, and all of the other St. Paul channels.
You start medics to this location for a 50-year-old female complaining of shoulder pain and being strangled.
I'm going to give a shout out here to Nolan's. Nolan's Fresh Foods. I think this is the last Nolan's grocery store that there is. And last week, Mary, who runs the deli, donated 24 hats and 24 pairs of gloves for Reverend Spence to give out to homeless people in need. And just want to thank you so much, Mary. And I want to thank Nolan's. Everybody in Nolan's here is amazing. The entire staff is amazing. You feel like you're in your second home when you go in there shopping. So we are back in Maplewood, headed east. And this is Stillwater Road on this side of McKnight. And when we get on the other side of McKnight into St. Paul, it's Stillwater Avenue. I'm told there's still a Nolan's in South St. Paul as well. That's great. I've always liked Nolan's.
375. 375. Based on the prior, we're just going to check apartment 3 if you want to update the apartment number, please. Okay, then. Thank you.
Stillwater Road to the left and Lakewood Drive to the right are both essentially McKnight. They're extensions of McKnight. If you go further south, it turns into McKnight. If you go further north, it turns into McKnight. No, I did not. For some reason, my scanner didn't pick it up. Ongoing now.
Yeah, each prayer is chasing a fast suspect.
Copy, thank you. So apparently Eden Prairie has a pursuit going on. I'm going to get us onto LTAC 1 so we can hear it. I was on... the scanner should have picked it up, but I don't know why it didn't.
Okay.
Coming up to the Excelsior Boulevard exit, and we're passing that.
I've got Hunter passing Excelsior.
If we can check on flight. And we'll take any help from anybody.
Well, they're going to try and get flight in on this pursuit.
They are checking on flight.
If we haven't already, request state patrol as well. Alright, northbound 100, passing 7.
Passing 7.
Northbound on Highway 100,
Speeds are 96.
passing Highway
Traffic is
7,
yielding, still in the middle lane now.
which is, I believe, St. Louis Park.
Middle lane and flight is unavailable.
Ah. That's depressing when flight is unavailable. Well, we'll see if they turn east at some point and come our way.
Who's number 4? Are you pit certified? Negative. The only one's going to be K9 at number 2.
Looks like they're working on getting somebody who's pit certified to do a pit maneuver on the vehicle when the opportunity arises.
Alright, northbound 100. Looks like we might take 394 east.
Well, there we go.
Northbound 100 to
394 east.
Alright, we're 394 east.
Copy, Creighton 94.
394 east.
That's my 2 spot to terminate them.
Six well terminated.
Copy. All Eden Prairie units are terminated. Thank you.
And last seen eastbound 394 from Highway 100.
Yes, sir. George Boy Nora 752 last seen eastbound on 394 from 100.
George Boy Nora
WOC
752. Now that's a white Nissan Altima also. Did a felony level theft of tools from Home Depot in Chaska. George Boy Nora 752. White Nissan Altima, in case it makes it over here. Just taking a look at our shout outs we have here, which are quite a few tonight. Which I'm going to do one right now. Special shout out and congratulations to St. Paul native and Minnesota Twins catcher and first baseman Joe Mauer on his election on the first ballot to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was the first overall pick of the Minnesota Twins in the 2001 Major League Baseball draft. He played all 15 years of his outstanding professional career with the Twins, where he was named All-Star 6 times. He earned 3 batting titles, 3 Gold Gloves, 5 Silver Slugger Awards, and the 2009 American League MVP Award. He's the first American League catcher to win a batting title and holds the record for the most batting titles by a catcher in a career. Few people know that he played basketball, baseball, and football for St. Paul Cretin Durham Hall, the Raiders, which is where my daughter Kasara graduated from. An outstanding athlete, he averaged more than 20 points a game in basketball and was named to the All-State team 2 consecutive years. In football, quarterback Joe Mauer led the Raiders to 2 consecutive Class 5A state championship game appearances. He was selected twice by USA Today as High School Player of the Year for football in 2000 and baseball in 2001. To this point in time, he's the only high school athlete to ever be honored twice by US Today in this category. Sports Illustrated had him in their Faces in the Crowd section in 2000, part of Sports Illustrated's December 2009 article on U.S. high school sports in the decade from 2000 to 2009. A favorite son of Minnesota, Joe has strong ties to our community and sponsors batting camps and other sporting events for our youth. Known to be an extremely kind person, Joe and our local sports broadcaster, writer Joe Schmidt, Sheriff Fletcher mentioned this, recently released their book called The Right Thing to Do, the Joe Mauer story. All proceeds from their book benefit Minnesota nonprofit organizations to provide mental health support, community connection, and friendship. The message in the book, it really does. It resonates with all of us here at Live on Patrol. Choosing kindness is always the right thing to do. And that's a quote of Joe Mauer's. Well said, Joe. Well said, and congratulations. Well earned.
Really beautiful.
Well, back to scanning with that pursuit being over. You know what? I didn't have it because I didn't have the scan set on this other radio. We are at Stillwater and White Bear. And I'm going to have to mute for a second. Sorry about that, folks. That was a call I had to take.
Traffic report, I-94 eastbound from 490. 1665 Metro. 1665. 10-7, have a good evening. Have a good night. 2000.
Northbound White Bear from Ames.
1669 Metro. 1669. 10-7, have a good evening. Have a good night. 2000.
Coming up to Maryland Avenue here at the next light.
92 Metro.
More traffic out tonight than we've been seeing lately on the major streets.
10-7.
Said it many times before, and you've been watching for a while. You saw it many times. This BP station here used to be a regular spot for auto thieves to stop and use stolen credit cards to get gas, to get snacks. But they don't come here much anymore. The staff here is very, very cooperative with us and with the police. And they neighbors have cameras set up and are very cooperative with us as well. So Deputy Sparks is making a traffic stop down at Frank and Minnehaha.
Animal Report, Valley Creek Road, Woodcrest Drive for a loose dog running in the area. Passenger side left, next.
We'll make a quick stop here at the Sherwood Lounge, see if any of my friends are out.
171.
171, please.
Oh, yes, they are.
13, 7th Street West. Male in the stores attempting to steal items. Description of a black male, 20 years old, 5'7", average.
There's Chico, the security, and you are live on patrol.
We get VIP parking here, huh?
And Kim, my favorite bartender in the world. How are things tonight, folks?
Good, yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah. What about you? Everything good with you?
So far, so good.
Good.
Nice and quiet.
Look at you.
Nothing wrong with that. Big old smile on your face. Nice
Good to see you guys.
Yeah,
You have a good one.
All
Stay
right,
safe,
take
buddy.
care. Bye-bye. See ya.
3639.
At 15760 Jeffrey Avenue North, 15-year-old female got into an argument, turned physical, grabbed her backpack, and left on foot. Last seen wearing dark boots, black coat, black face cover, and black pants. Does not have her cell phone on her. The unknown where she might be going.
375.
Her name is in the comments and uses she
375.
pronouns.
SNR, we're pulling up on the 901 72047.
There is some criminal activity that does happen in the neighborhood here. It's fairly quiet.
Same phone number.
I like to keep an eye on the good
area.
folks here.
2003.
This is a neighborhood gathering spot.
The windows smashed out and the driver appears to be holding a baby in her arms. Information 303. She just got released
Looks
from
like
the
he's
jail
getting ready to
3
turn
hours
in here.
ago, and she is standing outside the jail, it looks like.
Copy 366. I can take the welfare and front. Yes, sir. 204. Copy an area check. 870 Arcade Street for a apartment. For the caller, he's getting kicked out of different stores for asking if they have a bed. 2004. I copy the 911 hang-up. Squad to assist in the area 689 Jessamine. Music was heard in the background while being within 41 meters. 367. Apologize on that. Give it up 2004. County 12, correction 1252.
1252.
Do you have any premise history at this address?
Yeah, it is a very, very quiet night so far.
We do have a 911 abandoned in November. We're leaving that our kids got a hold of the phone, and then we also have an
We do have a couple groups of auto thieves who live in the neighborhood here. Recover a good number of stolen cars within a few blocks of here, actually.
That's fine, okay.
What?
Copy, 306.
Thought I saw a black wolf for a minute. That was just one big dog in that yard there.
Metro 3060 car start for a 1050.
I believe, you know, so there's folks still talking about my trip by Nolan's. I believe the founder and original owner of all the Nolan supermarkets was Bill Nolan, and I think he was known as Wild Bill Nolan. Not exactly sure why that is, but it's a great chain of grocery stores. The E&S Lounge. Ah, it's a beauty salon. Okay. Thought it was a new bar. Not sure I'll pronounce it right, but El Quetzal Pandaria, a Mexican bakery. Pretty well known for being really good. There's a Dollar General store that unfortunately is a frequent victim of thefts.
2251, copy your route to the assist fire at 4710 Cumberland Street, Unit B, Boy 150. There plastic that was burning on the stove at 2008.
El Pariente taco truck. Great tacos if you're ever up here in the neighborhood. Good crowd here at the White Dragon Restaurant and Bar. Always a good crowd here on the weekends. Very seldom any problems.
Product callers should be on the Maplewood side. It looks like Washco had gotten a couple callers as well, and they were trying to figure out if it was on their side or not, but they had started police anyway. That's why you're on it.
4337 State Road.
Interstate because they went right on Lake from Manning. So we'd be heading westbound on Lake from Manning. RP's going to be in a blue Jeep.
Cups and Shears Sports Bar and Restaurant.
Another boat approaching Settlers Ridge.
Some great Asian food in there.
7153, I'll operate 81. Keep the caller on the line if they're still going to follow, please.
We will keep them on line. And that was 7153. confirm. Okay, thank you.
So you want to roll over? Where you at?
Sunny on 53. I don't know why it got closed. I will open it back up.
I'm calling on noise up.
Copy, one in custody. Still holding the air.
This is Stephen Real.
Affirmative there.
You want me to come over there as well? Yeah, just one more.
Bravo 764.
Bravo 764.
This is unrelated to my assault call.
We're going to run down to Minnehaha and Earl where Nicole had her traffic stop.
Cruisers. For like 111.
Heavy.
Two on scene at region.
Copy.
Not exactly sure what they've got there, but
Hotel about the back. We're code 4.
Sergeant Micheletti asked for another car.
Blueberry 30 on 53. Vehicles now parked. I will get you an address for that one.
Copy.
That's 2012. 4423 here, traffic. That's 2019.
They're taking a right on Cherry.
Copy.
That's 2013.
They're going eastbound on Lake. Jeep is a couple behind BRP.
Not exactly sure what they've got on this traffic stop, but we're going to find out.
107053, other spots, they're coming up to Sutler's Ridge, going on Lake.
Copy.
Trouble 40 car for a driving complaint that now crashed
374, checking 7.
65 and 285th,
684.
2014.
44. Copy, look for 2014.
You can send 534 call.
3. We'll be on Lakewood Trail. I'll play for you in a second.
Okay.
Metro cars are up to the 1052 pedestrian. On camera, it's going to be Century just south of 15th Street.
333. Copy.
350.
5 minutes here. We're going to be switching over to Undersheriff Martin.
You can show me on scene at the accident code. Alright. Call back.
Copy, 2016.
That was unrelated. I did see the cop. I don't know what other vehicles followed them.
Be back with you folks here. Can't really get in a position for you to see much. Sorry.
They said that an officer just passed and he was tapping his brake. Going westbound on Lake now.
Copy, just have pull over, please.
Copy. Two seven five.
And watch that, you see us one adult now.
Copy, 2017.
Traffic report transfers date. Highway 61 southbound at Innovation for a white hatchback unable to maintain lines. RPO is unable to confirm the location. That's where they were mapping.
Good.
You can cancel. Times 2 deputies on scene and they're going to handle.
Copy, thank you.
2017.
Jansen Drive, interview for suspicious dark for runners and running for over an hour. Unoccupied. Minnesota license Foxtrot Echo Hotel 714.
6 West copy.
20.
Well, that settles that.
Bravo 724.
All right. Well, this was a traffic stop where the driver of the car that
Case number 014950.
the deputy Sparks had stopped was being evasive and deceptive.
Clear
And
that as a report.
they finally got it sorted out.
And he'll be on to en route to jail on this.
Copy, 2018.
So momentarily here, you are going to be with Undersheriff Martin.
Confirm 235, front road B2, number 349 for another disturbance.
But you will be back with me later tonight.
Requesting the officer to come back.
6 copy. 421 Metro.
421.
10 unit church.
2019.
If you're 7 Metro cars are 76.
2019.
KJV 894.
Copy.
KJV 894.
Full copy.
2019.
Squad 275.
275.
This alley right here and this block, we get a lot of stolen cars. Boy, it's dark here. Holy smokes.
2423, I copy en route to the dangerous condition at Beeman Highway 61 at 2020.
Beeman Highway 61 on a dangerous condition. That is oftentimes cars driving recklessly. And those are oftentimes stolen cars.
February 2113 for a medical.
7113.
No, that's just, it's a stalled out vehicle being helped by another car, but right on Highway 61, so
Go ahead.
That could present some dangers to
Town
the
Hall 068
people
GPS.
working on the car.
2020.
Bravo 764.
Bravo 764.
Super sorry about this, but same individual that assaulted tech earlier has now assaulted a doctor. And I'm going to have to go deal with my arrest. So if you can send control squad down here. I'll be going to room Bravo 7.
Somebody mentioned 4 Highway Patrol just flew north on Century towards 94, but I've been on that radio channel and I've heard nothing.
62. Copy. Is there a squad to assist?
Oh, you know what?
Hey, backseaters, that was Deputy Pat Scott out there, and as you can see, Undersheriff Mike Martin is there too. We're going to switch over to Mike. Mike is touching base with the Vulcans. They're doing those snow sculptures out at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, and we're going to switch over to Mike in a minute. But just, you know, there's been a few calls going on, but nothing too huge. Jelly Joe has been monitoring the stolen cars that have been going on. We had some excitement earlier today, and of course you saw the triple murder in Coon Rapids. Joe, anything you want to say to the backseaters?
Yeah, that's correct, Sheriff. There was a triple homicide, to my understanding, in Coon Rapids, and I don't have a whole lot of details that's public, but yeah, so that's pretty much what we're at. And
stolen cars out there, but in Lakeville, some of our kids are stealing cars out in Lakeville. But you know, Joe monitors the phone calls, and it's kind of strange. But they always say they don't want to steal any cars here in Ramsey County or be caught by the CAT team.
no, yeah, that's correct. You can tell that by the stats that were posted earlier today on Live Up Patrol that the numbers are down with the auto theft, so the CAT team is really making a difference here on this side of the river.
We're going to send you over to Mike Martin. Mike, the CAT team.
No, yeah, that's correct. You can tell that by the stats that were posted earlier today on Live Up Patrol that the numbers are down with the auto theft, so the CAT team is really making a difference here on this side of the river.
We're going to send you over to Mike Martin. Mike, the CAT team.
No, yeah, that's correct. You can tell that by the stats that were posted.
All right. Welcome over into the back of the Tahoe. I'm up at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, and much to my surprise, I found out that the Vulcans and the Winter Carnival staff are building snow sculptures up here, and you probably can't see them very well, but we're going to talk to some, see if these kids will talk to us that are taking advantage of the snow, climbing on the snow piles. Hi there, guys. Are you having fun? We're live right now. We're live streaming to people all over the world. Yeah, you want to come talk to us? So there's people listening that are on watching from Australia, from New Zealand, from Japan, watching us patrol. We do patrol.
Can these guys see it?
Yeah, why don't you go up in the front quick so they can see you, and then you can come see it. Wave. All right, come over here, then you can see it. So here's you guys. There's a little bit of a delay on it.
Oh, there you guys are.
And there you are waving to people right now. There's 1,200 people watching on Facebook.
Wow.
And there's probably about 3,000 that are on YouTube
My goodness,
watching.
you guys, now you're famous.
Yeah, so are you guys here climbing on the snow?
They're climbing and the maze.
Are you helping build stuff?
Yeah.
They built some slides.
I found a super cool slide where you like go down one side and then if you can turn at the right moment, you can go down another one.
Oh,
It's a
cool.
slide. It's so cool.
What's your name?
Riley.
Riley. What's your sister's name?
Oh, that's your friend,
What-
Aria.
Aria and Riley. Where are you from?
St. Paul, right? They're both from St. Paul.
Oh, okay, from St. Paul.
Riley's stepmom is having a baby right now as we speak.
Oh, wow.
So she's going to be a big sister in a few hours.
Awesome.
No, it's very exciting.
Well, cool. Well, yeah, I'm going to go drive around the other way and see if we can see some of the sculptures, but thanks for talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you ever get a chance, we're live on patrol. Ramsey County, and Sheriff Fletcher is my boss. So, but it'll be recorded on there too, so you'll be able to see it.
44, 29,
So, all right.
Well, have a good night. You girls stay
Thanks.
Over here 'cause he's gonna go
Have fun. Uh-oh. Thanks. See ya. All right, so those young ladies from St. Paul are out here helping build some of the sculptures, and they set up maze and some slides. You can see there's an ice rink over here that they have built up, and then the ice sculptures.
4504. You can add me to the APD. D. That's my 4423. 4423.
It's amazing how much fun St. Paul and the state of Minnesota as a whole, but St. Paul has with the Winter Carnival, and all the activities that they do to make winter fun and enjoyable for families. I thought we might see some of the Vulcans out here, but they're apparently not here right now. But you can see that it's mainly people working on snow sculptures or ice sculptures out there. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you.
116.
116.
To be on field, you just want to float us to whatever one available. West 7th to Toronto.
So this is the Vulcan Snow Park. And the Winter Carnival's kicking off this weekend. And I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that the snow park here will open tomorrow on Saturday. Bring your families out to the state fairgrounds and check it out. So I'm gonna head back out onto the street off of the state fairgrounds. It's funny to see the fairgrounds with no people walking around and no food and no booths open and all the stuff that makes our state fair great. But I'm going to head out on to Snelling. As I do, I want to give a couple of shout outs here. First of all, I want to thank Rachel and Wyatt for the clothing that they brought down for Rev Spence yesterday. I got to meet them. Wyatt is a wrestler, so some of our guys got to spend a lot of time talking to Wyatt about his wrestling, and from the Stillwater area, and his mom Rachel was there too, and we really appreciate the donation for people that are in need. I also wanted to give a shout out to a young man who works with my son named Victor Morris Roman, and my understanding is he is a big backseater and has followed us for a long time, and I want to thank him for that and for the work that he does. He and my son also do at working with people who've been civilly committed, generally who were incompetent to stand trial, and they do a great job of working to keep them safe and hopefully get them back on track in their lives.
265, do you need me on the right? Are they caught over there?
So we're going to go eastbound on Larpenteur, from Snelling here. We're in the city of Roseville on the left, city of Falcon Heights
Do you need 265
on the
red, or
right.
are you code 4?
Soon to be the city of St. Paul. I see somebody said that they used to hide when the Vulcans came around at the parade. I don't know. I thought maybe, when I was told the Vulcans would be over there working on the snow sculptures and getting stuff ready, I was a little nervous to go into the state fairgrounds where it's dark with all those crazy Vulcans there. There are... I think I know 3 or 4 of them that work for us at the sheriff's office or who have that were Vulcans, and I can't even begin to explain the Vulcans to people who don't understand, but their job is to fight with the Winter King to bring spring, and I'm sure I already screwed that up because they have names. I think it's King Borealis, and they fight with him to overcome the winter, and they use fire. So hopefully when we go back to Pat can explain the Vulcans a little better than I can, since he is Count Clear, right? He was, I don't know, are you knighted when you become a count? Or are you... But he was named as Count Clear Right by the Vulcans a couple years ago, so he should know the answer. So that makes 2 counts that I know, him and Count Dracula. So I got that going for me. We are driving through Larpenteur and Lex. Headed eastbound back over into the central district of St. Paul. We'll be on our right. Right now we're still on the west end, but up here soon we'll be back in the central district. Like I said, I can't lay out the story for you, the Winter Carnival and the fight between the Winter Carnival royalty and the Vulcans, but I can tell you this. It's 38 degrees out right now. I think the Vulcans are winning because it's been a very mild winter for us.
Alright, copy to DOC 692 Sully Avenue. Romeo in the parking lot. The witness test using the suspect name Jonathan Mitchell. Black male, 30 years old, 5'8", average, wearing a brown fuzzy jacket, dark pants. And copy electricity 184 and road as well. 2036.
So we are in this, right now we have 2 cameras going. If something good happens, we'll switch over to Pat if he's got something, so you don't miss anything. And you heard the chase that came up out of Eden Prairie, chasing a theft suspect. They terminated that relatively quickly because it was headed towards downtown Minneapolis, and I think the determination of the supervisors was it wasn't worth pursuing the car at high rates of speed into downtown for a theft, even though it was a felony theft. So that all weighs into the discretion that's used when we pursue a vehicle. You heard the officer did a good job of giving out his speed, that traffic was moderate and was yielding to the suspect, and all of those factors go into whether or not a chase will be continued. Apologize if we're shaking a little bit. We're on Rice Street.
4504 hours.
It's got a lot of potholes and little bumps.
4425, surface traffic.
We have been talking a lot more recently to Minneapolis PD and Hennepin County about auto thefts and carjackings and sharing a lot of notes. I know that Sheriff Dewana Witt in Hennepin County has created a team to focus on the carjackings and auto thefts, and so we are talking to them regularly and sharing information that'll be helpful. It's hard for them because they don't have the availability of some of the resources that we have as far as personnel and the priorities.
Car shooting at 320 miles west eastbound that burned the caller and knocked over a motorized scooter.
And they have a lot more higher priority calls that would override their ability to be working on stolen cars. So we're hoping that changes and we can work with them and help reduce some of what they have going on over there.
EOT.
Copy. Have a good night.
I appreciate somebody commented apparently that my camera was showing a lot of dashboard, or actually it was hood that you were seeing. I got a big old black hood on this car.
4429 area.
So we're south on Rice Street. We're coming up by front by Mama's Pizza and the Bourne's Bar. This is the area if you were riding with me on Monday. to see the St. Paul officers in the foot chase with the auto theft suspects and taking them into custody out here.
4429, I'll be out at the juveniles at Cottage and 11.
Great job they did on that. Uh-oh, Susie's in the street. We're gonna have to tell Susie she needs to get out of the street. Susie, it's the police.
Sir, hand me a... Oh.
It's the police, Susie. Get out of the street so you don't get hurt. Oh.
From the address is within 19 meters. Stated someone was refusing to leave the address.
Susie's a local fixture on the on Rice Street, and we don't want her to get hurt. And she walks in the street and asks for money.
Copy 530 from Dickler.
And she was about to ask me for money when she saw my badge, I'm sure. There's a car in front of us here that doesn't have its lights on. I think they just forgot to turn them on, but it's unsafe, so you're I'm just gonna pull them over and advise them and
160.
I don't know if that's just their brake lights or if that's their...
I'm code 4, I have one in custody.
Copy, code 4, one in
Or if
custody,
they just turned them on. Looks like they turned them on, so I'm gonna go up there and talk to them quick, just run their plate, make sure I'm not.
45 minutes, I will pull for.
Before I sleep.
2164, you can clear squads GOA.
At 2043. Information for squad, 72-hour Pickerman hold issued by St. Paul PD for felony domestic assault by strangulation. Chiron Rayford, 1975, 10-6, with the vehicle description of a 2013 silver Honda Accord, license plate Charlie Alpha Whiskey 1426. Information at 2043.
The gentleman was very pleasant, and he had turned on his lights. He realized it just before I lit him up, and sometimes when people don't turn on their lights like that, it's a sign that they're intoxicated, but this guy showed no signs of that, was super friendly and appreciative that I stopped to tell him he didn't have his lights on. So I don't know if you saw, but we got the awesome backup of Joe Odegaard, Joe the Flow. I'll tell you, this is gonna sound funny, but it's pretty rewarding when you pull someone over and they're friendly and they say, hey, sorry, I just realized I didn't have my lights on, and you know, and they're pleasant and they say thank you. It's always nice to deal with someone like that, because obviously we deal with a lot of people that aren't very grateful for our service, and the reality is, as I've said many times, we're just trying to keep people safe. And you know, if we need to change behavior like speeding or making sure they signal turns, it's not about punishing people. So we here now on we're on Empire Drive.
Yep, clear.
Just doing a loop around here to go back to Pennsylvania and over by Club Holiday. Hopefully little Susie's gotten out of the street, so she's safe. And we'll check on her again later.
Go ahead.
2152 7th Street West at the Highway Motel in room 109. Male in the room is breaking things and has threatened to comp. Description of a black male, 30 years old, 6 foot, thin build, wearing a blue hoodie. Male came in a gold Audi with the license plate Lima Papa Foxtrot 346.
So we're gonna roll through Club Holiday here, the Holiday Station store at Rice and Penn.
2046.
Looks like business is kind of moderate and no issues, which is good.
116.
En route to the LEC with adult now.
Copy, 2047.
1-4 squad, I will send it in the parking lot.
Go again.
We're out with the mail in the parking lot.
Copy, out with mail in the parking lot, 2047.
So I'm just gonna check here and see if there's anything cooking over here in Central. I don't see anything really on the computer-aided dispatch system.
22.
Daily Time report 2257178.
Copy, 2048.
There's also a female and 2 children in the room.
Copy.
2046.
We're gonna go eastbound here. For some reason, our hospital tonight, Regent's Hospital, we always have deputies there who work the locked unit, who guard people who are in custody but are in the hospital, or inmates that are brought over for medical treatment from the jail or other places. And then St. Paul usually has off-duty officers who also work in the hospital. And they mainly work in the triage area and the emergency room, people coming in. And for some reason tonight it's been very busy at the hospial with a lot of calls, people fighting with the medical staff and not being compliant with the officers when they ask them to leave. So they're earning their money tonight.
174, Special Code 4.
Copy, 2048. Copy, Code 4, 2049.
Bob mentioned and Pat mentioned and Joe mentioned the triple homicide today. I don't want to get into details of any of it except to say that, today was one of those days that makes me proud of our people and the deputies and the drug task force and our violent crime enforcement team and intel folks and all of the agencies, St. Paul PD and all of the agencies that work together when something serious like that happens to they come together and provide any information and assistance they can to help apprehend the suspects and assist. And today was one of those days that really made me proud of the profession as well as our own folks that helped. You know, if you think about it, hardly anything major happens that doesn't cross multiple jurisdictions. And now I'm not talking about this particular case today, but you know, oftentimes when we're
at the address stating her boyfriend beat her up, the suspect is not on. There's a 20 to 30 minute time delay. The male's possibly en route to the address of 1935 Gardner Lane.
Oftentimes, if we're looking for a suspect who committed a crime in, say, St. Paul, that person may live in Minneapolis, or they work in Minneapolis, or they have a girlfriend in one of the suburbs, or, you know, you name it, or they have associates in other jurisdictions. There's almost never a crime like that that doesn't require some type of multi-jurisdictional coordination. And I have to say, here in Minnesota, we have some of the best that I've seen anywhere in the country. And, you know, we don't get into these petty little fights when it comes to important stuff. We might when it comes to little stuff, but, you know, that's normal. But when it's something important and something big, we work together and jump in, and it's what we're trained to do. It's what we should be expected to do, and we do it. I am. Let's see. I went over here to East 7th Street. I'm gonna head back up over to the east side. Looks like there's an event at the Minnesota Music Cafe tonight. I don't know what it is, but it's a great venue for live music and food and drinks. I'm lucky next weekend. Yep, you probably won't see me here next Friday, I think it is, because I'm going to a Prince tribute show. And I'm kind of excited about it. I think it'll be fun. I get to go with my lovely wife and enjoy it. She's a huge Prince fan. Grew up on Purple Rain. So
420 Marshall Avenue at the Emerald for male and female physically fighting.
So we're eastbound on 7th, and headed into the east side.
Two tires 991. I'll be off duty at the office until midnight.
And let's see what we have pending over here. Not much. There's an assault on University back on the other side.
260, 263.
260. 263.
435 University at Union Gospel Mission for an assault. Comes with a male hit him. Comes in the lobby wearing a blue hat and said that the subject that hit him is a black male, 60, 5'9", average, wearing a blue jacket and blue pants. Unknown where the subject is currently located.
60 copies. 263 copy.
So that assault was at the Union Gospel Mission. Unfortunately, a lot of the folks that are unsheltered and that go there also struggle with mental illness or chemical dependency. So, you know, we get you get fight calls there, a lot of times they end up being minor disagreements that have become physical. But the St. Paul officers do a tremendous job of responding to there, and we assist them sometimes.
Copy, 956.
We're at the M&H here, just rolling through, checking to make sure everybody's good.
263, you can stay clear.
Copy, thank you.
435 University at Union Council mission for an assault. Comes with a male hit him. Comes in the lobby wearing a blue hat, and said that the subject that hit him is a black male, 60, 5'9".
This is 2175 Street. The caller is in 172. Caller called in a suspicious repertory on the 23rd as well. Cleared out advised with notes.
172, go ahead.
172, if there's a free squad 2, just come assist us with this, clearing this side out, construction side out, we'll be in the northwest side.
Copy, are there west ones assist 411 Lexington Parkway North, an alarm for your building.
Apartment 1211 for a DOC.
Boy, 623.
So they got an alarm at a building, and sounds like it's probably a little bigger building, and so they're looking for other cars to come and help them clear the building and make sure nobody's inside. We are quite a ways away, so we're not going to go over there unless they can't get squads to help them. I don't want you to sit and stare at a still camera for how long it takes to clear a building, but obviously if something kicks off, we'll be there. We're north now on Arcade.
172. Third time close entry.
Suspicious repertory on the 23rd as well. Cleared out advised. Notes.
We don't know yet. 62 being run.
Copy, 958.
272.
272.
There's a squad nearby regions that has a mental health hold form. Tell me on Bravo 7. 278, I'll be en route.
So that was a call from an officer looking for a mental health hold form at Regions Hospital. So they have someone there they want to put on a welfare hold.
Advised 5cc will take the Alliance Bank Food Court DOC.
And they do that when the person is either a threat to themselves or others, and an imminent threat, and generally it's because someone's in crisis. They're having a mental health crisis, and they need to see a doctor, maybe get on meds to prevent them from hurting themselves or others.
Come on with the cop, the male's GOA.
Copy, male GOA.
We've also done it for people who are seriously injured but refuse to accept medical treatment. We can sign a hold on them so that they have to go to the hospital to get some medical treatment. I've had people who literally, if they didn't go to the hospital, would have bled out from the injuries that they had, and they don't want to go, so we have to put them on a hold until they're treated. And once they're treated or seen by a doctor, then they're released. time of year, a lot of headlights go out on cars here because it gets really cold and at night, and the filament in the bulbs gets stiff, and then when it warms up during the day, it breaks. Or you hit a bump or something and it breaks. And so we see a lot more cars with headlights out.
448 Nevada. Open line with a younger child crying in the background. Possibly another language being spoken. It's within 5 meters. Got it.
Still eastbound on Maryland, just crossed over Johnson.
Advise you can send us the suspicious on Birmingham.
Got a 1650 Birmingham for a couple of RVs parked on the street there outside.
Funny now how it gets dark so early now that it feels like it's the middle of the night, even though it's only 9 o'clock.
260 out on the block.
448 Nevada.
Copy, 2103.
Open line with a younger child crying in the background. Possibly another language being spoken.
New message.
24.
184.
Disregard. 172 cool. We got in.
375.
After that, I'll be back.
Advise you can send us the suspicious on Birmingham.
Got a 1650 Birmingham for a couple of RVs parked on the street there outside.
524, just eyes. Think you can send it back to Skyway 20.
Copy, 2104.
I'm gonna go north here on White Bear. Head up towards the city of Maplewood. I think there's there may be hockey going on at Aldrich Arena. I'm guessing that it's a busy night at the Unisom restaurant and club.
Copy, 2103.
So we'll see what's going on up there.
Camera app.
24. There's a pursuit on
24.
We got in.
Last Park. You know, call back. I know what the count is.
What zone is that, Pat?
Copy.
He is at Edward.
Looks like he's
Copy,
in the
thanks.
right lane coming up to Fish Lake.
I'm gonna pull up here quick and switch over